Félix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo was born on June 13, 1963, in Leopoldville, now Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. He was born into a politically influential family as his father, Etienne Tshisekedi, was a prominent opposition leader and the founder of the Union for Democracy and Social Progress, UDPS, one of the most significant opposition parties in the DRC. Félix Tshisekedi's educational background is relatively modest compared to his later political prominence. He attended primary and secondary school in the DRC before moving to Belgium, where he continued his education. While in Belgium, he studied business and management, though he did not complete a university degree. During his time in Belgium, Tshisekedi worked as a tax consultant, a job that was far removed from the political struggles his father was leading in the DRC. This period of his life is often highlighted by critics to underscore his lack of formal political experience before assuming the presidency. After the death of his father, Etienne Tshisekedi, in 2017, Félix Tshisekedi inherited the leadership of the UDPS. This marked the beginning of his active political career. He positioned himself as the heir to his father's legacy, promising to bring democratic reforms and stability to the DRC. In the December 2018 presidential election, Tshisekedi ran as the UDPS candidate. The election was highly controversial, with widespread allegations of fraud and irregularities. Initial reports suggested that another opposition candidate, Martin Fayulu, had won by a significant margin. However, the Independent National Electoral Commission, CENI, declared Tshisekedi the winner, leading to accusations of a backroom deal with outgoing President Joseph Kabila. Many believe that Kabila's regime manipulated the results to ensure Tshisekedi's victory, as he was seen as a more pliable figure than Fayulu. Tshisekedi was inaugurated on January 24, 2019, marking the first peaceful transfer of power in the DRC's history. However, his presidency began under a cloud of doubt regarding the legitimacy of his election. One of the most controversial aspects of Tshisekedi's presidency is his alleged collaboration with the Democratic Forces for the Liberation of Rwanda, FDLR, a rebel group with ties to the 1994 Rwandan genocide. The FDLR has been active in eastern DRC for decades and is accused of committing atrocities against civilians. Critics, including the Rwandan government, have accused Tshisekedi of using the FDLR and other armed groups to destabilize Rwanda. These allegations are part of a broader narrative of tension between the DRC and Rwanda, which has historically been fueled by ethnic conflicts, resource competition, and regional power struggles. Tshisekedi has also made public statements suggesting his intention to remove Rwandan President Paul Kagame from power. These statements have further inflamed tensions between the two countries. Kagame's government has accused Tshisekedi of supporting anti-Rwanda militias and using them as proxies to undermine Rwanda's stability. Tshisekedi's relationship with Belgium and other Western countries has been a subject of both praise and criticism. Belgium, the former colonial power in the Congo, has maintained close ties with the DRC, and Tshisekedi has sought to leverage these relationships to gain international support. Critics argue that Tshisekedi has used his connections with Western countries to legitimize his presidency and secure financial and political backing. They claim that this collaboration has often come at the expense of the Congolese people, as Western interests in the DRC are primarily focused on the country's vast mineral resources. The DRC is one of the richest countries in the world in terms of natural resources, including cobalt, copper, and coltan. However, these resources have often been a source of conflict and exploitation rather than prosperity for the Congolese people. Tshisekedi's government has been accused of perpetuating the illegal exploitation and smuggling of minerals. Critics allege that his administration has allowed foreign companies and armed groups to plunder the country's resources, with little benefit reaching the local population. The illicit mineral trade has also been linked to the funding of armed groups in eastern DRC, further destabilizing the region. Human rights abuses and ethnic tensions. Tshisekedi's presidency has been marred by allegations of human rights abuses, particularly against ethnic groups perceived as sympathetic to Rwanda. The Kinyarwanda-speaking Congolese Tutsi community in particular has faced persecution, including killings, displacement, and discrimination. Critics accuse Tshisekedi of exploiting ethnic divisions to consolidate power and divert attention from his government's failures. The targeting of Kinyarwanda speakers has been linked to the broader conflict in eastern DRC, where ethnic tensions are often manipulated for political and economic gain. Félix Antoine Tshisekedi Tshilombo's presidency represents a pivotal yet deeply controversial chapter in the history of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, DRC. On the surface, Tshisekedi has positioned himself as a reformer, a champion of democracy, and a leader determined to break from the country's troubled past. His rise to power in 2019 marked the DRC's first peaceful transition of leadership, a historic moment that initially inspired hope for a new era of stability and progress. However, beneath this veneer of optimism lies a far more complicated reality. Tshisekedi's tenure has been marred by persistent allegations of electoral fraud, with many questioning the legitimacy of his victory in the 2018 elections. His administration has been accused of collaborating with armed groups, such as the FDLR, to destabilize neighboring Rwanda and exploit ethnic tensions for political gain. The illegal exploitation of the DRC's vast mineral wealth continues to fuel conflict, enrich foreign interests, and impoverish the Congolese people. Meanwhile, human rights abuses, particularly against Kinyarwanda-speaking communities, have cast a dark shadow over his presidency. The DRC remains one of the most resource-rich yet impoverished and unstable nations in the world. Tshisekedi's ability to address these challenges, ranging from corruption and armed conflict to economic inequality and ethnic divisions, remains in question. His legacy will ultimately be defined by whether he can transcend the controversies surrounding his rule and deliver tangible progress for the Congolese people. As the DRC navigates this critical juncture, the world watches closely. Will Tshisekedi rise to the occasion and fulfill his promises of reform, or will his presidency be remembered as another missed opportunity for a nation that has endured decades of turmoil? Only time will tell. Community. If you found this deep dive into Felix Tshisekedi's presidency and the complexities of the DRC's political landscape insightful, don't miss out on more thought-provoking content. The Africology is your go-to channel for in-depth analysis, untold stories, and expert perspectives on Africa's history, politics, and culture. Subscribe to the Africology for more engaging content that sheds light on the untold stories of Africa. Share this video with your friends, family, and social media networks to spark meaningful conversations about the future of the DRC and the continent as a whole. Hit the notification bell to stay updated on our latest uploads. Together, let's explore the rich tapestry of Africa's past, present, and future. The Africology, where history meets insight.